Howdy, and welcome to The Lunch Table, a podcast where we have an ear for your opinions. That's right, we care what everybody has to say. Kinda.
Except for Joe Biden.
Yeah. Well, no, I care what he has to say because it's pretty fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok's coming soon.
Yeah. Oh, yes. For sure. See, I mean, we care what you say, just not in the way you want us to care. If that makes
You
sense.
even got me there.
That
like,
makes
normally
sense.
you and I are on the same wavelength.
No?
No.
No? Look at Joe Biden. Joe Biden wants us to not laugh at him, but care. You know, be inspired, and we're not, you know?
Different generations do things different ways.
Different strokes for different folks. So let me introduce who's around the table tonight.
Yeah, like different strokes from 18 to 21. 21 to 28.
Yeah, the stroke game gets better.
And then after 28, it's like everything's classified as MILF after that.
Yeah, I mean, with or without child. Yeah. Yeah, because you're of age, you know. So let me introduce who that was talking about MILFs. My right-hand man, Mr. Google himself, the guy who has been doing our TikToks lately and doing a wonderful job. Drew, his mustache rides give me tickles. Watsonizer!
It's a little longer now because of you. I have to take back one of my earlier sentiments on the podcast that Jared is no longer my barber. You are my barber.
Yeah.
You're my salonist.
Yeah, stylist. Because I'm so stylish. Yeah, I'm trying to get back into it. We'll see where it goes. But also, let me introduce your host with the most.
Wine coolers in his mini fridge.
I love my Smirnoffs.
Blackberry.
Better than the Mad Dog 2020.
Nothing better than Mad Dog 2020.
True.
Nothing.
True. Drew's bedroom, Mad Dog 2020. That's my dream. Carl Jones! It's wonderful to be here.
Kinda.
Yeah. I wish I was back in your bedroom.
Here in your bedroom, I can turn my head on.
I'm thinking more like, oh, I'm stuck in a closet watching you play YouTube. You know, wishing to be the friction in your jeans.
That wasn't YouTube.
Oh, you born? Let's get into it. Howdy, and welcome to the Lunch Table podcast, where my buddy and I get together to have fucking fun every week. Hell yeah, dude.
Multiple times a week.
Well, yeah, we finish multiple times a week.
3 times a day.
Ooh. That's why I'm sore.
Yeah. We're like breakfast, lunch, and early dinner.
So we're
like early bird dinner.
We're bridge dinner.
Yeah.
Lunch dinner. Breakfast. I don't even know how to say that. I guess we're a meal supplement.
Sure.
Nice. We're like a good protein bar.
I got something that I want to talk about really quick.
Okay, go ahead.
This is disgusting, and it has to do with you two.
Oh, damn. What does you two have to do with it?
So one of the things on my mom's list was to clean out the basement.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And I've been doing a lot of cleaning down there, and I came across a few things. Pretty disgusting. Because when I would move rooms, whether I went to college or whatever I did, and I would like just move or not be in that home or not be in that room or whatever, things would go down to the basement. Okay. And I have a lot of things down the basement. Hey,
the butterfly that's been living in here wanted to get on camera real quick. We have just because it wanted to introduce itself, Drew informed me that we have this beautiful butterfly.
Yeah.
That's been living in here for 2 weeks, and neither of us have the heart to kill it, and it just seems to like to chill in here, so we just let it, and I guess we should name it eventually.
Dude, he's pretty chill, but not today.
Well, they don't live long because they don't eat once they're a butterfly.
I thought that was moths.
Mm-mm. It's butterfly. They don't live long. So once they do that, they're basically ready to mate then die. And he don't want to mate, so we got a broken one.
Regardless, going back to the story here, one of the things that I found in the basement were a couple boxes, and I guarantee when I say this you'll remember it, of empty Monster cans.
Of our double XP.
I don't think that was the double XP stuff, but there were different cans from all different eras. Mind you,
dude, did you take pictures?
I did not. I threw them away.
Oh,
but
I
had
a good opportunity there.
I had obviously the green.
Yeah.
Green's been around forever.
Oh,
the blue. The blue's been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
I had the original red Chaos before it had like the camouflage on it.
You mean the Assault?
Yes. Then I had Chaos, which was orange.
Orange, yes. The Chaos was orange. I was going to say the Assault used to be literally the best. Then they switched up the recipe for some dumb reason, and now it's the worst shit I've ever had.
Yeah. It's like Code Red.
Yeah, dude. Okay, we'll get into it. Finish your thing, and we'll get into that.
Monster's not entirely different from
No, we'll get into that.
I had the yellow one. What was it, M80?
Yeah.
I had...
the rehabs yet? The one with the lemonade?
No, this was before that.
Oh, dang. Before they hydrated you.
Yeah. I'll get into the worst one here in a second. There was a few imports. Okay. That was when had imports back in high school.
Well, yeah, but that can just came out.
Right.
So we were like, man, we wish all America did cans like this.
I had huge, just different bottles of different things that you can't find anymore. Like, you can't find the blue in anything other than like a regular can like this.
Yeah.
I had ones that were the twist tops. I had ones that were, I think it was like an import locale.
Oh, wow.
Which I should probably keep that one.
Yeah.
I had a Brewmeister or whatever it was, the beer one.
Okay.
The Ubermeister.
Mm-hmm.
There was one with a glass bottle.
Yeah,
I guarantee that I didn't drink
the Monster beer was in a glass bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had 3 BFCs.
Damn, big fucking cans,
Yeah.
which were like 4 in 1.
Right.
And then like, oh man, what was the can right before that you were saying?
The blue imports?
Yeah, the blue. No, not the blue imports. Shit.
M80s, Assaults?
Oh, well.
Brewmeister.
The Brewmeister.
Ubermeister.
The Ubermeister. Oh, they also had like a nitrous one or something, didn't they?
Yeah, but super dry.
Yeah, but it came out around that time, didn't it?
Well, it came out later. But no, like I literally had a collection of all the different ones that I could have at that time.
That's awesome.
Like even then I was still into it. Now, here comes the disgusting part.
Yeah.
They were still sticky. Like when we would drink them,
we didn't rinse them out.
We did not rinse them up.
No.
So years and years of dirt and dust collected on the stickiness, and they were still sticky. Throwing them away was gross.
And that's in our system.
Right.
Damn.
Also, in addition to, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, there was a bottle of Hypnotic, a couple bottles of Bacardi 151.
Hypnotic? What the hell was Hypnotic?
It's the blue bottle shaped like a wine bottle that had like orange.
Yeah, I thought that was called something else.
That's Blue Curacao.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was kind of like that. And then there was a giant bottle of Jack Daniels, all empty because,
us.
We were alcoholics.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, even
once
now...
an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Yeah, I mean, you can say that, but...
I mean, it kind of is. Well, I don't know. We drank at the memorial party you threw, and we didn't get slammed or shit-faced or nothing.
I even said I had the intention to drink hard because I didn't have to drive anywhere.
Right. I mean, now we got a certain bachelor party coming up, and we'll probably get tanked there. But before we get on to the bachelor party, because that will take us way off this topic, so bringing up the Mountain Dew, and you said it was like a Monster was a form of Mountain Dew.
Right.
I was shopping the other day with my boyfriend Jared, and
other
boyfriend Jared, and we were talking about like pops, and I told him, I was like, dude, the pop industry, I was like, if you pay attention, Coke is getting smaller and smaller and smaller sections.
Oh yeah,
Right?
You had that sudden realization in Sheets.
Yes. Yes. And I looked it up, and they've been losing money ever since they changed their recipe to the original Coke.
Right.
Okay? Now, I was telling them, the funny thing is, I was like, Pepsi kind of caught on that, like, cola was dying, and they literally just marketed everything through Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was telling them, I was like, half the shit Mountain Dew's coming out with isn't even fucking Mountain Dew. You know what I mean? It's like Pepsi Blue was rebranded to be like Voltage. Oh, it didn't work there? Let's fucking put a Mountain Dew label on it. Oh, so sells. You know, you look at Game Fuel. Game Fuel was probably the leftover fucking Code Red and the fucking orange Livewire that they couldn't sell. Let's just mix this shit together. Let's sell it to the fucking idiots with the label of Mountain Dew.
I mean, that is true, though. Like, comparatively to what I had with all those monsters, like, there are huge collectors of Mountain Dew that have all the different types of things. Yeah. For instance, and you saw this when you were helping me clean out my apartment moving out here, I have genuine Mountain Dew aluminum can bottles.
Yes.
That have never seen the light of day. I had an insider at Mountain Dew actually give me the unused versions of those bottles.
When I was an exterminator, one of my stops, there was this priest. Well, not priest, but some man of faith who could marry.
Did he touch you?
No. But I wanted him to. He said I was too old.
Should have joined the Scouts.
Should have joined us. No one loved me. But his son actually ran his own website where he talked about the release of different sodas and stuff like that. And he told me all the new Mountain Dews, like the pineapple one and everything and the spicy one. He told me about those way before they ever came out and showed me what they would look like. And he has thousands of all these cans that he keeps because he likes the art and stuff.
Right.
Like, he's real big into it. And if you notice, do you remember, like, back in the day, Pepsi would come out with different flavors?
Yeah.
Right? You don't even see that anymore. The only extension of them that really comes out with other flavors, really, is fucking Mountain Dew.
Well, you know, I'll fight that one right here. Just recently, they did Pepsi Nitro Draft and Pepsi Nitro Draft Vanilla.
Well, the vanilla's pimp.
The vanilla is awesome.
The vanilla's amazing. The regular Pepsi tastes like a flat one.
I've been going around trying to find the vanilla one. I can't find it anymore.
You fucking can't, dude. Dude, the vanilla, anyone out there, that nitrous vanilla is pimp.
But they've done...
I mean, they brought back blue, but...
That was very short time. They brought back Crystal for a while and things like that.
They don't even really have vanilla Pepsi out anymore.
I miss Twist. Pepsi Twist.
Pepsi Twist, yeah. Which, I mean, it was basically their fucking, like, Sierra Mist mix with it.
Well, yeah. Yeah, with just Coke with a twist of lemon or whatever.
Well, that's like Coke used to have lemon, and I miss that. The Coke lemons.
Yeah. They've been doing a few things with Wild Cherry Pepsi and stuff, adding different things to it.
They're fucking up a good product. Like, cherry Pepsi in a can with pizza. Like, that's the go-to with pizza, is fucking cherry Pepsi. Always did. The cherry Pepsi in the can, and they need to bring back the old fucking can that was sweet. That was like the black and all broken.
Oh, yeah.
You know, look cool.
No, that was cherry Coke. The black and red all broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fuck cherry Coke.
I mean,
bring
it's the same company anyways.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of it.
Now, the one that I am really happy that they've been messing with and bringing back and doing things with is Dr. Pepper. First off, you and I have a total affinity for Dr. Pepper. You and I absolutely love it.
But I've never liked Dr. Pepper adding their fucking extra flavors.
But we used to make pyramids of Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yeah.
Like, get a case every week.
Oh, yeah. Well, to be fair, we also would take like Jack Daniels with it and then mix vanilla with Mexican vanilla and Dr. Peppers.
That was Wild Cherry Pepsi first.
Yeah, but I mean, we did it with Dr. Pepper for a long time.
Yeah. Speaking of Mad Dog, but no, Dr. Pepper had, or they're coming out with Dark Berry, or no, they had already came out with Dark Berry. Now they're doing berries and cream.
Oh, I saw that, dude. That's like the cream soda bullshit they tried to come out with. I wasn't into that.
Did you think it tasted like cotton candy as well? I
No.
thought it was just nothing but cotton candy flavored.
No, when I tasted it, it tasted like someone sweetened up my Dr. Pepper. It's kind of like if you would drink like a root beer thinking Barks, but then you got A&W. It's just that sweetness threw me off. Because, like, with Dr. Pepper, there's a little bit of bite to it, and that took away the bite. And I kind of, that's why I like those drinks.
Yeah.
So, I think that's why I don't like it. I mean, even the cherry vanilla one they came out with, or whatever the fuck that is, I'm not into that one either. It's not bad. They don't suck, but it's not my first pick.
I have $1 million idea, possibly multi-million-dollar idea for soda companies.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, I want to get a cut of it when it happens. Particularly Coke. You know how you go into different fast food restaurants like Wendy's or some of the other places that have the machine where you can add all the different flavors and stuff in it. You want orange Coke or whatever. Maybe they already do this, and I'm already past that point. They need to take a little chip, and they could do it very cheaply for each of these things and every new one in the future here. They need to take a chip that logs the record of the most added flavors. They're like, yep, this branch of the U.S.
Really
likes lime.
Right, likes lime with their Coke.
Right.
I mean, I think they need that because, to be honest, I think the last good original product any of them had was fucking Mountain Dew Black.
Ooh, Pitch Black.
Pitch Black, the sour, like it was a complete different taste than everything. It was awesome. They went way out of the way, made a sour freaking grape drink. It was awesome. Yeah, like even the new Mountain Dews, they don't taste that much different. It's like the same bullshit syrup. They slap a different label, maybe change the color, and they're like, here you go. And people buy it in fucking pounds.
Right.
Like, the competition thing they did was so ingenious. Let's sell this bullshit, then the best one, we'll just keep it.
That was way back when, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Which, I mean, eventually they came out with all the flavors anyways.
Yeah. I mean, Lay's even did the same thing.
Yeah.
That was how we got, what was it? Fried, or chicken and waffle.
Chicken and waffle.
Fries. Bacon,
wasabi,
mac and cheese.
The wasabi.
Mm-hmm.
I forget, wasabi and ginger, I think it was. But those were fucking banging, too.
Right.
Dude, well, that's like them voodoo chips. Dude, did you see how many different flavors now they came out with? They have like a gator dill one. They have crab lobster something. And then they came out with their own salt and vinegar. Dude, so the crab lobster one is basically just like Old Bay on chips.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. I haven't tried the dill ones. And the salt and vinegar, they're pretty potent. I'd much rather just have the regular freaking voodoo chips.
Dude, salt and vinegar chips by themselves, maybe not even those ones, but
Yeah.
just regular chips like that, potent.
Yeah.
Make your mouth pucker the instant
Dude,
that you put them in.
They give sores to your tongue.
Oh, yeah.
It's I don't know how people just eat salt and vinegar left and right.
Captain Crunch.
Oh, God, dude.
So good. But
Yeah. Dude, everyone knows that so much that even TV shows have made fun of them for it. That's like, it's like world known that if you're going to eat Captain Crunch, I'm sorry, not Captain. Captain Crunch, if you're going to eat that, it's going to rip the roof of your mouth.
Right.
And you just got to accept it. It's just something you accept. You like sign a waiver and you fucking, when you put the spoon in the milk.
That's the only cereal that you should eat soggy then.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that was always the hard part about Fruity Pebbles. It's like, I love Fruity Pebbles, but trying to eat them, because they're not the best soggy. So you got to try to eat them good.
Well, those get really soggy really fast.
Right, really quick. That's what I mean. It was difficult.
Yeah.
So I learned, I don't know if you did this, but I always took my Fruity Pebbles as a mixing cereal. I stopped eating them by themselves and would just add them to other cereals. So, like, say I had Lucky Charms, I'd add a little bit of Fruity Pebbles right to my Lucky Charms.
I didn't get Fruity Pebbles growing up.
No?
No.
What did you get?
Cheerios. Plain Cheerios.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's it.
To this day, I still love plain Cheerios. Well, I mean, when I grew up a little bit, I had to branch out and do some other things. And then I had, like, Reese's Puffs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Frosted Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
I still love Cheerios to this day.
Yeah, I know. You've always liked them plain Cheerios, dude. They suck.
Dude, I love it.
They taste like cardboard.
I love it.
Hey, everyone has their thing, man.
You taste every bit of blood, sweat, and tears that went into those oats.
No, you don't. All you taste is the compacted fucking wood fiber that they use as filler. You're eating half sawdust in that motherfucker.
Did I ever tell you about my college roommate and my problem with my Cheerios?
No.
So I grew up with skim milk, and it was just a thing. That's what we always had in the house.
Yeah. So you like the taste, right?
So when I was in college in my dorm room, my roommate decided that he was hungry and went down to the chow hall and found out that it was closed. It was pretty late at night. And I was like, hey man, if you're still hungry, I have Cheerios here you can have. And so he grabs the box of Cheerios and he pours them into a bowl and he goes, what are these? He goes, these aren't Cheerios. And I was like, yeah, they are. Like, look at the box. I even splurged for the name brand.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, man, no. Cheerios are sweet. I was like, no. Honey Nut Cheerios are sweet.
That's why they say honey.
He goes, oh, shit, man. He goes, growing up, Honey Nut Cheerios were Cheerios in my house. He goes, that's what I had. He goes, I guess I can look past it, whatever. And he goes, where's the milk? And I was like, it's in my mini fridge. He opens up my mini fridge, looks at it, goes, fucking skim milk. Nah, fuck this. I'd rather starve.
Wow. Dude, I've never been a picky eater like that.
That man is a famous rapper now.
Really?
Yeah.
Famous?
Yeah.
Famous?
Yeah.
Really? What do you mean by famous? How many followers?
I don't know.
Well, then that doesn't make it. I don't know. How many? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you're stealing my phone.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Good for him. We should get him on, dude. But so, okay. So to bring back...
Tool among ages.
Oh, who cares? We'll bash his balls. But,
I gotta find
like I'm scared to say some shit to him, dude.
I got another story about him.
Okay, go on.
He had a famous father.
Yeah. From kind of. Yeah, what's on one of their hits, kind of. Because I don't want to get fucked and in court or something. I don't know laws.
Regardless, he was the son of a famous rapper from a group from the 90s.
Bone Hugs and Harmony.
And apparently he had spent Christmas break or something going with his dad
Daddy-o.
all over everywhere. And they came right from the airport to the dorm. And I didn't know that he was coming back, so I had... I rubbed one out.
I was playing with myself.
And his part of the room was in the back. Like, you would go through my part of the room to go to his room.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, because yours was like right in the door.
Right.
Then it was like, they separated it with like a closet type deal.
Yeah,
like
I
a
did.
half
I
little.
did, yeah.
Half little. Okay, you guys set it up that way.
Yeah. So he definitely had to bypass me to get to his side of the room. And
you hit him.
No. I had finished, but not cleaned up. And I hear some keys jangling outside the door.
Okay. Where did it land? Like on you? Is it on you? Or is it like by the keyboard? Is it noticeable?
I'll let your imagination take it. I was in bed.
No covers over you? You didn't even shoot it on the covers? You just let the fucker go on the ceiling?
I was in bed. I got done with what I was doing.
Right. I don't know what your pressure's like.
I hear some keys jingling. And the first thing that I figure is because he never really stayed in the room that long, even when he did come back.
I would have got naked.
Oh, I was in my boxers.
No, dude, off. I would have had them off, so he would have walked in and be like, oh, and just walked out.
I grabbed my boxers and pulled them up as I pulled the blanket up and over me. Started pretending that I was asleep. My roommate opens up the door, and in come these two big black guys. Now, I'm 6'4", 400 pounds, and these guys are big.
Right. Okay.
Two huge bodyguards can barely fit through the door. Chains hanging, black leather coats, and there's this dude behind him. And I had never met this dude before. I'd never met the dad before. And the guys like walk in and kind of look around and see me. And my roommate goes, hey man, what's up? He goes, this is my dad here. And I stick my hand out of the covers and go to shake his hand.
No! With a still wet hand. It's probably still sticky. There's gotta be crud. No, dude.
I'm a famous rapper.
Here's my babies. Here's my sack children.
And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Everybody, mind you, this was the middle of the night. I have no idea how he got permission to bring whoever in.
He didn't.
Famous, whatever. But the next morning, all the people in the dorms had heard that the dad was there.
Yeah.
And everybody loved him. They're like, what was he like? What was he like? I was like, I don't know. Didn't really pay a lot of attention. Like,
Yeah, I was cleaning my rifle and he walked in.
yeah.
Dude, that's this damn, bro. Well, you know, that's the second story that's been told on here of one of us getting caught spanking it.
And I didn't get caught.
Kinda.
I didn't get caught. I had finished. And
They probably walked in there and went, this smells like jizz. No one say anything. We don't want to have this conversation.
I know that smell. Actually, it was like, I know that smell.
I know that smell. That smell is the smelliest smell that smelled smelly. That's a SpongeBob quote. Dude, so I was telling you a story about how I was making Jared, like, pick an option, right?
Right.
Okay, and you stopped me earlier. So we were sitting there, and I offered him this ice cream. We had two flavors. So one was, like, cookies and cream or whatever. And then the other one was vanilla with fudge. Not that it matters, but there was two options. And I told him, go ahead and pick. And he's like, nah, you pick. And I was like, bro, I told you to make the decision. Make the decision. Which one would you like? And he's like, well, just close your eyes and put it behind your back and just pick one. I was like, no, we're not gonna make the fucking universe split into 100 different ways here. I was like, I do not want that many realities. I was like, just pick one. That way there's only 4 branches and not 100, you know?
Okay.
Right? Then he's looking at me like I'm a fucking idiot. And I was like, you don't understand the, what theory is that? Is that
the
string
multiverse?
theory? Or multiverse theory? And he was like, well, no. And it got me thinking, like, how many times in your life have you actually made a decision like that? Where, if you look back, how many different branches could have went? Like, an important moment in your life where you could look back on and went, you know, I chose the right and that led me to here. If I would have chose however many, where would my life turn out? Right? So it made me start thinking. Especially because, like, we've done a bunch of dumb shit, right?
Well,
Could you imagine if we never, like, invited a certain person to our beach party?
Right.
You know, if we actually got away with that, because there is a universe, and I would like to meet those versions of us where they got away scot-free.
Right.
You know? What's that like?
There's potentially a version of me all 5 times that got away scot-free.
Right.
Maybe I'm part of something that got off scot-free one of like 10,000 times.
Right? Dude, or like, think about the moment where we wrecked my truck, off-roaded, right? There's a version of us that maybe didn't make it. That was it. That could have been the line of...
We hit the gas line.
There's something. Who knew? My point is, that could have been the end right there. We were the version that lived on, and we just destroyed a fucking different timeline of us. Right there and then.
So, to put things in a perspective, having a conversation is 1,000th of your lifetime. The amount that you talk or whatever.
Right.
Every single time that you have a conversation with somebody, you say so many words. Say you have 10,000 word conversation. Each one of those 10,000 word conversations, you could say a different word that leads you down a different path.
Yes. That's what I mean. Like, how many versions of us is out there? Seriously. Like, if that is true, is it infinite?
It would have to be. Now, I'm a big proponent of the conservation of energy.
Okay.
Where does this extra universe that is created, where does the energy for that come from?
I mean, we might not know how to measure it yet. That's also an option. We might not be smart enough to understand it or know how to measure anything of it. But other than that, I don't know, because I've always thought kind of around the same lengths that there's only so much material.
Right.
There's only so much. Let's take Earth, for example. There's only so much resources and stuff that can be used. The more humans, the more we eat certain things, the less that can grow, yada, yada, yada. There's only so much building blocks, right. Only so many Legos. So I've always wondered about that too. Like, if there really was a different universe, or if there was, how is it that our lives are going exactly the same in those moments? If we all get so many different choices and freedoms in all these different universes, how are we always ending up in the same place? Where those decisions would split us off to different universes. Because if we have really free choice, there's no reason why me and version 2 of me would actually end up in the same place, making the same decisions. Because one little thing could, really set us apart.
Right. You could be president right now in another...
Exactly. So...
Technically, if there were infinite versions, there are infinite versions of the infinite versions of that you're a president anyways.
Maybe, or that's maybe.
And then there are infinite versions
this is the longest I've made it.
Of the 10 billion people that say that they are president instead.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like that theory... It's just hard for me to really believe. Like, I would like to believe it, that there's multi-universes.
I don't. The universe is already so complicated.
Yeah.
And we don't understand any of it. Why are we trying hypothetically to make things harder on ourselves?
I don't know. Why are we trying to discover more about space right now than our own oceans? Or, actually making a lot of the stuff we have not affect where we're living. I don't know. Sometimes we're focused, as humans, we're focused on the wrong thing.
I don't think that that we're focusing on the wrong thing when we focus on space.
I do, when it's a detriment to, like, hurting the Earth. Like, let's just set this rocket off and fuck what it does, and let's land this shit in the ocean while we still gotta live on Earth. That's not cool. Also, there's a lot of stuff we still need to fix here that I think a lot of that money and stuff isn't really helping us with. Like, yeah, it's cool we discovered some planet the way out fucking in the middle of nowhere that we can't reach. That's cool, I guess. But at the end of the day, how much money and stuff we spent to look at that stupid fucking planet, we could actually put back into the planet we're on.
See, like, you and I have two very different ideas here.
I don't think society's at the point yet where it's like, worrying about space adventures is important. I think we need to grow first, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but the amount that we have for research and development of the budget for space
Yeah.
is 100th of the amount of the natural resources and things used to research on the planet. So you're telling me that it isn't worth 100th of the budget that is already being spent on looking for Earth to go look in space?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Why? That's such a small slice of the pie, it doesn't even make a difference.
But it does. It does make a difference. Because how many billions of dollars is that?
I think that the rest of the budget needs to be changed, because if we're making such advancements in space and it's such a small budget, what the fuck is everybody else doing with the rest of the money?
Oh, see, I think that's quite the opposite. I think people excel more when you give them little, if that makes sense. I think the more you make them think outside of the box and actually have to do stuff, the better results you'll get than just, here's a bunch of money. I think people get fucking lazy with that. Like, you ever see any government workers? Shit, they make so much off of overtime doing fucking nothing instead of the government just hiring more employees.
Well, I mean, there's a very real problem, and I'll give you a prime example of this. When you launch different things into space, every pound is like $10,000 to launch into space. So they have to make sure that everything is super lightweight. You're not allowed to bring like almost any personal things or anything like that. If it's not necessary, it doesn't come with you.
Good.
So they have to do that on a budget.
But I mean,
which squeezes them and improves them to learn how to do things better and cheaper and lighter.
Right. Well, and a lot of advancements at like Velcro and stuff came because of that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is I think there's more ways we could actually help people now and then fund more money towards space later. Because right now, first off, if we do find whatever, we're probably going to destroy it or not know how to fucking deal with it as a society.
Yeah, but that's the same thing if we find a sunken ruin underwater.
Yes, but I feel like because it's on Earth, people would be like, oh, we made it. You know, they'd almost accept it more than some foreign being on a different planet or something like that. Then I feel like they would think like War of the Worlds is going to happen.
Well, because that underwater is so much more available than up in space, you're going to have 8,000 people trying to find a way to destroy this. It comes back to one of my... I know that this sounds so fucking nerdy, but there's a specific Minecraft server called 2B2T.
Yeah.
One of the oldest servers in Minecraft.
But see, you're missing you're missing what I'm saying. If we can't even get to the point where we're not destroying stuff on Earth, we shouldn't be going to look at other things with that nature. Do you understand? I think us as a people need to grow way more before we start venturing out and understanding how to get the best out of our planet.
But going back to my idea here, there are a group of people called griefers on that one. No matter what you do, no matter what you build, no matter how beautiful you make it, there's always going to be somebody that blows it up.
Yeah.
There's always going to be somebody that destroys it. And the same thing happens in regular life. There's always going to be somebody that wants to destroy this.
Sure. But not at the same mass level. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like us as a society right now, we're really kind of broken.
Yeah.
Like, really broken. And I don't think finding some new planet or some shit's going to help that. So I think focusing the time and the money and the effort on it is kind of a distraction. Where it's like, we need to worry about getting to a point where money's not a fucking object anymore in society. Because realistically, money, really all it does is kind of create power. Because then those with more money have the power over those who don't. And then the people who own the big companies can actually control whatever they want, you know?
Yeah, but you're essentially saying that the Dark Ages was a good thing.
No, because the Dark Ages people were uneducated and sickly and dying. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying we as a people need to get smarter and educated and focus more on that.
We just had a pandemic that is no more dangerous than the flu, kills so many million people. Like, we as a civilization right now are broken, uneducated, everything that you just said.
Yeah, that's why I said it's more important to fix us than look into space. You're saying, hey, well, fuck society. Let's just go into space.
No, I'm saying space is a necessary evil that allows you to advance in different certain things. Like you said, Velcro, and I even did a school project in this, all the different things that were made because of the space program.
Yeah, but I think those...
I feel like that's advances in modern science.
Yeah, but Velcro...
Do you know where we'd be if the Dark Ages never happened?
Velcro didn't solve... Like, Velcro's a nice investment, but it didn't solve the main problem with society here.
If you are unable to bend down and tie your shoes,
yeah,
you are able to use Velcro shoes.
Okay, well, so what? They have shoes now that you just turn a knob and it tightens and boom.
Yeah, because of the invention of Velcro, people started branching out into other things.
I don't think so. Because shoes weren't made first by tying. You know, first we had sandals. Or straps.
Which you had to tie to your feet.
No, or buckle.
You had to tie them before you buckled them. Like Greece.
No.
Grecian sandals.
Listen, you're gonna sit there and tell me Velcro was made before a buckle sandal.
No, I'm saying tying.
And when it comes to Velcro, either way, you got to bend down. So Velcro, I mean, it only helps if you're too stupid to tie a knot. Either way, you still got to bend down. If your problem's bending down, Velcro didn't solve your issue.
Yeah, you have to bend down less amount of time. If the amount it takes to flip 2 flaps of Velcro over as opposed to actually tie a knot.
I don't know. I don't think it takes that much time. Plus, wouldn't you just lift your foot up higher to tie the knot?
Unless you can't.
Then you probably shouldn't be worried about fucking shoes. You know, maybe do some goddamn yoga.
Velcro just... we keep going back to Velcro, but Velcro is a very...
It's handy.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's handy and it's great. But what I'm saying is I don't think it pushes... Sometimes science and information does get pushed higher, but it's not beneficial to us yet. Does that make sense? So sometimes we're discovering things that aren't beneficial to us or quite the population yet. And if we get too far without taking the lowest point up to where we are, then you're going to create a really big divide. And then eventually what you're going to have is just basically a civil war. And then probably when science gets far enough and we find another planet to live on or some shit, then you'll get the whole fucking divide and it'll be crazy.
That divide doesn't happen like you think it does. Like, take defense contracting. Like, the defense contractors had GPS before it even became available to the public. 20 years before it became available to the public.
Yeah. Same with tapping phones, dude.
So,
they could tap phones as soon as they were almost made.
So anything that, like, they still caught up in 20 years to things that we use every day now.
Yeah.
So, like, there is no divide that's long enough to overcome what you're saying.
I think there is. I honestly think that, like, kind of now there's probably a bigger gap in education than what there ever used to be. And a lot of it probably was because they pushed a bunch of people through high school that should have failed.
No, we are far more educated as a world now than we were 50 years ago.
Maybe America. And maybe we're more woke, but there was a study that shows we don't hold information the same as the older generation. We have a harder time actually holding the information in our head. So we might have been told and we might have the access to this and that, but look at the younger kids. They don't even... Okay, let's take music, for example. Me and you talked about this. We knew almost all music. The stuff our parents listened to, the new stuff, whatever. Kids nowadays, they barely even know one line to a song, and God, they don't know anything that happened before. You know? So, like, we're smarter in ways, but in other ways, we're losing a sense of ourselves.
So there's a weird sliding scale factor here between two different things. There is the amount that you know and want to learn as opposed to the things that are interested to you.
Well, no, I think what I'm saying is there's knowledge, right? There's the common knowledge that basically you would learn in school or whatever, your mathematics and whatnot. then you basically have your street smarts to a sense, right? The common way you would treat people and stuff like that. I think a lot of that's dying.
No, I'm on a completely different theory here. The fact of if you aren't interested in something, you're not going to want to learn it as much as something you are interested in.
Right.
Which is why people have so many different focuses. Like, not one person is so great at everything. Some people might like math. Some people might know a lot more about art. Some people might know more about music. It is all about focusing what you have. But the general knowledge, as you said, like your math and things like that, your reading, as a civilization compared to the last 50 years, the last 100 years, the last 200 years, we know more of that. Everything else is fluff on top.
How are they adding that? Are they saying the top percent that's smart understands more? Because, like, dude, I'm telling you, me growing up in the gifted classes, I would argue no. No, we do not.
Well, just take it as a general fact that we know more about history because it's later in history.
I don't know. I don't know because there's a lot of parts of history we don't even know if it's true. We're just like, hey, we think this happened, kinda. And the real people who saw it are dead.
As a very basic example here, people in World War I.
Okay.
They knew about the Revolutionary War. Just take like an American. They knew about the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and that's it. They didn't really know about World War I yet. People from World War II know about the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and World War I.
No, see, because that's different. Because you don't know, if you weren't back there, you don't even know if they were taught the same wars that Rome fought and all of them. Because, yes, we're making more history, and I understand that's more the study, but that doesn't mean people truly understand the history the same way.
And solely because of technology, we have more access to anything than anybody else did.
But that's our problem. Because our access to knowledge is so available, they say that's why we don't remember. Because we don't care to retain the knowledge. I mean, seriously, think about if you take GPS away right now.
Yeah.
How many people could actually fucking get around? Seriously.
Under the age of 25? Probably 5%.
Right. So we've stepped back in that sense. So there's already some lost knowledge. Right? And that's very important knowledge. Shit, half the people don't even know the cardinal directions. Right? You tell them to go north, they're like, well, fuck, which way's north? So, like, that's already a step down in some part of knowledge right there. Sure, our computer skills and stuff have gotten better because we have computers, but let's take that away and have us start over. Could we do it? I don't know. I don't know if we could actually fix the cars by ourselves without the fucking YouTube telling us how. You know, I don't know if we're smart enough to figure that out.
You did it. You were able to figure out about your serpentine belt. No, you said there was no video, so you made your own.
No, I said the videos were bad, but I still looked it up. Like, there was still a way to look it up, get the information the way I needed to. However it was. Even if I didn't have my manual, okay, I could look up a manual on the internet. Right? Well, back then, if you didn't have it, you just had to know it. Just had to know it and make it. So, yeah, maybe the written skill wasn't as great. And maybe we improved there, but I think there's certain skills where we're falling apart as in that category. Right? But I also think more just us getting along as society is really what's damaged. We need to get out and hang out with each other more before we worry about fucking space adventure. And I think once we get that kind of more on the sense and then stop killing our planet, because the more we kill our planet and the more we look out into space, it just makes me feel like we'll just do it to the next fucking planet.
You wouldn't even know that you were killing the planet if it wasn't for the space program.
I mean, yeah, you would.
How would you know that the ozone layer is depleted if it wasn't for being outside of the ozone layer and looking out?
Yeah, and that probably caused it, by the way.
No.
Oh, yeah. Poking shit out through it didn't cause it.
It's not damaged there.
No, okay. But
do you know what they use for rocket fuel?
What?
A mixture of hydrogen and oxygen.
Okay. But you're still saying that metal that we're forcing to go through that burns up in the ozone doesn't affect us ozone whatsoever. Because it would. You can't say that's not doing any damage because it does. Because it's the more you have to use something, the more damage is done to it. It's like saying by starting my car and driving it down the road, no damage was done. But damage has been done. Now, not enough to stop the car, but something has been done to it.
Size plays a giant factor. That's like a speck of dust going through a cloud. Still,
I don't care if the thing is it still hurts it and it still progressed it. And by the way, that's where we're at now. But let's say on our way there, I bet they did a bunch of shit that wasn't good for the ozone, figuring it the fuck out. You're right? How many times did they just blow up a fucking rocket and go, oh shit, gotta try it again?
There are many, many things that have greatly affected
I'm not saying
the
it
Earth.
hasn't. I'm not saying,
other than the space program.
Listen, you're blaming. You're saying your defense is, I know we do bad, but look at them. This is more bad.
I'm not saying that we do bad at all. I'm saying the amount of bad that might be fightable is almost negligible.
I don't know. I think at this point, maybe let's just focus on us first.
And there are two completely different trains of thoughts here. And that's fine.
Yeah.
This invokes complex thinking to where you think one thing and I think the other.
Yeah, I mean, what you think is wrong. You know.
We were doing good there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were doing good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I attacked you personally.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
Yeah.
Although you don't even believe in aliens, so I don't know what you're searching for.
You know? I don't have a good answer for you.
Yeah. Why is it just a mystery of space? Because it's a puzzle?
I guess.
Or do you think that there's something to be found to change our world? Like, why even give a fuck to look up there, I guess? Like, because I lay down, I look at the stars, and I go, oh, that's cool. But never, once was I I just need to explore that. I mean, maybe eventually, but the way I see it is I'll walk around town and go, holy fuck, there's streets I haven't even been down. Let's conquer this first before fucking going to, the top of the mountain.
Ideally, one of the things that I wanted to specialize in was exoplanets. Exoplanets are just planets around other solar systems that we can observe.
So creeper.
And the general idea about why I wanted to do that is because that would allow us to find a suitable second Earth.
What if we get some space disease?
I mean, that's a very real thing.
Yeah, like a virus or some shit that we don't know of.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the biggest thing that fucking hurts humans right there.
Yeah. Regardless, I always wanted my name to be attached to blah, 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 found the next Earth.
Oh, so it goes back to fame. Wow, man. You just really want to be famous, huh?
No.
Or do you just want your name in the history books? Because I want that.
I mean, I think everybody wants to have that at some point. Everybody wants to be remembered for something.
I think most people have children for that.
Yeah, but I hate kids.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole different avenue. Kids. I don't know. It's cool to think about, and I wouldn't mind space eventually, but I really wonder. Sometimes. We spend our money so dumb anyways.
So
in the United States,
So let me take 1/100th of your attention and go over here and do my own little thing and go check out space. Why you can take the other 99% of your focus
to me,
and
I
focus
guess,
on a dying world.
No, see.
And then when your world crumbles because of nuclear war, then you can be like, oh, Drew, can I come over?
That's exactly why I don't like, okay. So, certain types of people flock to certain types of things, right?
Yeah.
Let's take heavy metal, right? I'm not a big heavy metal fan, especially with the screaming, because the fans really get me, right? I'm sorry because I'm about to offend some fucking heavy metal fans. But they think oh, gotta be so tough and black, and like you can really tell that they're putting on an act to try to be this fucking metalhead or some shit, right? That's what I don't like. And usually it's never the kids who would actually speak up and say something, right? If something's going wrong, it's usually never the ones who are like, hey, you're doing wrong. The ones that like that music is usually the kind of more quiet or whatever kids kind of in the back.
Yeah,
right?
But everybody has that. People that like rap or like that certain situations. People
don't know.
People that like country.
No, I mean, there are some people that, like, yeah, act like a country pumpkin, don't get me wrong, and fall into it, but that's still a different stereotype. The way they act is much different than the way the heavy metal people act, right?
There's radicals everywhere.
But it's like the punks, right? It's like when everybody was into punk music, then they had to dress in their black and had to spike their hair, then purposely did dumb shit, right? They're putting on an act for, like, this thing they're into, okay? So let's take space.
Same thing with country people, where certain people like country and then they wear cowboy hats and cowboy boots
right.
and stuff.
Okay, sure, yeah. But my point is there's a stereotype there, right?
Yeah.
Certain types of people...
Everything has its stereotype.
Right, certain type of people flock to certain type of things. That's
Yeah.
just my point, and you're exactly right. Little stereotypes, everything. The thing that bothers me with the stereotype about space, it's kind of like you're running away. It's like, oh, well, we see this problem. We're not going to fix it. Let's just get the fuck out of here to somewhere else.
See,
and to me, that's like, you're kind of flipping off the rest of humanity saying, fuck you.
See, that's actually a really, really funny thing, because one thing that most people can't comprehend, and I know this sounds too much past it, but space is a big place, and
Huge.
People have heard that again and again and again and again.
Yeah, it's infinite. People can't wrap their head around it. Infinite of nothingness.
The closest galaxy to us would take thousands of years.
Yeah, but you're just saying that of...
to get to.
I get that, but you're saying that of sitting now. And you're not studying the place to get there with the technology now. You're studying to get to that place to improve your technology to get there faster.
Yeah.
Right? So the whole time you're working on that idea is still kind of like running.
No, but there hasn't been an idea in the astronomical mind that says, like, oh yeah, we can actually make it to these places, so there's no reason for us to worry about Earth still right now. That's still in the back of our mind. It's just up front.
Yeah, I would much rather find a planet to go to than have to fix this. It's kind of like, when my car blew the tranny out, and instead of fixing the tranny, I was like, let me just get a whole new fucking car. When realistically, fixing the tranny would have been a much cheaper option and still would have ran fine. I mean, new car is cool, but it also cost more. And then I had to buy a belt just recently.
No, there's a completely different metaphor here. Your car going out, or your tranny going out of your car, and you going to get a different car. Essentially, in this metaphor, you make minimum wage, and that next car is $1 billion to buy.
Okay.
And that is the only car that is available on the market. So at that point, you need to fix your car.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
We know that we will never be able to get to the closest galaxy in our lifetime, ever.
Maybe.
Or in the next 15,000 lifetimes.
I don't know. Maybe not, man. Some technology, dude, it's things just appear in a day. I know people act like it takes a long time, but literally it takes a day. It goes from something not being created to literally it's there.
No, there is a upper limit. That is how long it would take being the speed of light to going there. Nothing can go faster than the speed of light.
And I get that, but we're also talking about science in the way that we know it now. Which doesn't mean in 50 years it's going to be the same science. We might have so much more advances and learn, maybe there is something that goes faster than light. We just don't know it. Maybe we haven't learned how to look for it. Same way where no one looked for gravity until it was thought of, right?
But in an earlier conversation, you were saying that we need to focus on Earth instead of on space. But how are we supposed to have that
idea?
No, how are we supposed to have the technology and advancements able to do that when you're saying, nah, focus on the plow
because
instead?
I don't think that's important. I'm saying, me personally, I wouldn't have us focus on those ideas. I don't think those ideas right now are as important as some other ideas. But I know people are already thinking it, and it's already happening. You know what I mean? Like, I know they're not just going to stop the space program. And a lot of space is actually funded by fucking individuals anymore. Fuck, you look at motherfuckers, they make their own rockets and go into space.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand that technology is going to come eventually, right? Just me personally, I think before we get to the point of exploring planets and going to another planet, if we take how we are now to anywhere else, it's going to be the same result.
Yeah, but I think that 1/100th of the focus is more than sufficient. You're saying squish the little bug under your feet because it's not conforming to what I want right now.
Almost, but I wouldn't say squish it. You can study it if you want and have money. Shit, I think half of the fucking military probably needs to be cut down too.
More than half.
But I also think that if you want to get a problem solved, you can't stretch yourself 100 different ways, right? So if we want to solve, let's say we're having mic issues, we can't focus on our mic issues while computer issues while worrying about the fucking structure of the building and doing all of it at once. We do it step by step.
Or you have 100 different people that are able to do each different thing individually.
Okay, but all those minds still working on one problem would probably get fixed faster than those 100 minds working on 100 different problems.
No, as a matter of fact, it's the exact opposite to where you would have people in the way. If there were 100 people in this building, all in the same thing, you can't fit 100 people around this table.
Around this, no. But
you can fit 100 people on this property doing different things.
Okay,
one person takes the windows, one person takes the door, one person takes the table.
Which is all a focus still of the house. Right? It's all still in the main focus of the property.
Okay, then the main focus is the advancement of human civilization. Whether it be focused in space, or focused underwater, or focused in the desert, or focused, in Guatemala, it's still advancement to the human culture.
Yeah, yes and no. Like, yeah, it's an advancement, but it's not a very helpful advancement right now.
Okay. So you're going to yell at that one person that's sitting there in the corner picking their booger?
Kinda.
Out of the 100 people? You're not going to be focused on the other people?
The one dude picking his booger? Yeah, kind of. I'll be like, hey, quit picking your booger. It's not getting shit done. Let's go.
Out of everything. If you're a foreman out of those 100 people, how are you going to notice that one guy picking the booger in the corner?
Because if you're good at your job, first off, 100 people aren't that hard to watch. Second, right, especially, you just got to make sure they're doing their fucking job, man. It's not that difficult. Also, like, would you always notice them? No. But the point is...
I feel like I'm letting down the astronomical community because I just said that astronomy is like picking your booger.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit. Like, I see the point of it, right? I just think we spend too much time on it half the time. I really do.
What is something that you think that we need to focus on?
Government.
Government?
Yeah.
I think that you're being ignorant by saying that we need to focus on government.
How am I unknowing?
Because you just don't care about that.
No, I mean, I really don't. But in the same point, like, I think us worrying about other planets instead of kind of your own personal thing that you can change and actually do right now, right? Focus on what you can control, kind of stoicism, would be a better philosophy right now. To kind of fix the current state.
And it comes back to the general idea of you do you and I'll do me.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just letting you know how I feel. I think searching in the sky is kind of like running. You know what I mean? It's kind of like trying to escape.
And I think dealing with a corrupt government that will never change because it's corrupt and corrupt people are always going to be in charge is not worth the focus.
Okay, but if corrupt people are always going to be in charge, why would you want to take that throughout space? Because eventually, you would be the one leading this disaster to somewhere else. Are you okay being that person?
You could either start over at that point,
But you're not.
Which it's very much easier to start over and leave everything back behind.
Oh, geez. See? There it goes. Boop. Let's just restart. Run away.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which, see, so at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's boop. Let's restart. Boop.
But wouldn't it be much easier to restart than fix?
But you're not facing your problems. Basically, what you're saying is some of the actions that I did might have caused some of these things to happen, but instead of fixing it like we should, let's just run from it. And that's not correct. That's not okay. That's not going to better us.
It will if they're crumbling in their own little world.
True. If we can't fix you, fucking die. That's... I feel like people can't be fixed, so they should die.
Hey, it worked out well for the Spartans.
Jesus. You're gonna be the Romans who get the fucking running water but don't realize that they're using lead.
Hey, that advancement led to what we have now.
Lead poisoning or like autistic children?
Running water in your house to flush your diarrhea down?
Nice. You know, it's like the reason why that little common cold took us out. Half of it's because of the fucking food all of us eat. America's just begging to die half the time.
Yeah.
Dude, you seriously, man. Like, you go into Walmart, you just sit down, dude. Some of the people you see. And it's like, did you even fucking shower? It doesn't look like you showered in 3 weeks. You're wearing goddamn fucking sweats that have stains on them. Who has sweats that have stains?
I think I do.
Really? Would you wear those out, though?
Oh, no.
Right, dude.
Unless I had nothing else and needed to go out right then and there at that point. But you would never catch me wearing them out twice in a row.
Oh, man, dude, this has been a good podcast. So you, before we get into deep conversation, just totally fucking forget this because you were all excited.
I think we're gonna make that a different episode.
Oh, you want to wait for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? How much time? Oh yeah, we've been holy shit.
There is one thing that I do want to talk about.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many viewers are from the United States compared to a couple different places. But coming from Americans that, especially with the war going on and everything like that,
Yeah.
I can't tell you how good it feels to know that we use so much funding on defense.
Oh, dude, it's stupid.
It's a stupid number.
Honestly, I would be in all, like, honestly, if someone was like, hey, like, I wouldn't take out the complete space program because I would probably just reroute money from the fucking military because that's half the issue, dude. Let's quit making fucking guns that kill people. Like, because then all you're going to want to do is launch the motherfucker. No one's going to make a bomb and not use that bomb.
No, I think the exact opposite way. I have drank the defense contract Kool-Aid.
Did you? You're like fucking ramp that shit
Dude,
up.
well, I'm not saying ramp it up. I'm saying that I think they hit a good number, and I am all right with the amount that they are spending, especially because of the like upcoming war and possibility of an upcoming war or anything like that. What's going on? I feel safe knowing that we spend that much money for advancements in technology, for weapons and things like that. Because I know when
Yeah, I mean, it really helped for 9/11.
Yeah, but how many 9/11s were prevented?
None.
In the time that they got one.
I mean, probably none. I don't know how many people were actually trying to do that, so I don't know. But I know even after it happened and they made strict fucking rules, it happened again and planes were still jacked. There's a plane that crashed over the fucking sea because it got jacked and no one ever goddamn found it after it happened.
Malaysian flight?
Yeah, like...
Well, I mean, we don't know about that. But...
My point is, like, no matter how much we spend on it, the fact of feeling safe is a lie. Because realistically, if someone sends enough nukes, we're fucked anyways.
One of my favorite things to watch on TikTok recently has been a guy that runs a computer simulation that says if different countries launch their nuclear arsenal at the world, and it shows a simulation of the Earth and how many people would die.
I bet all of us.
It's crazy.
Because like, I feel like even the blast don't take you out, there would be so much radiation. What the fuck you gonna eat or grow?
Well, it also depends on like where the nukes are launched. Most of the time you focus them in like one place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Good point. But I still feel like the radiation would like really trickle, man. I don't know how far out it would go, but that many bombs going off, I feel like it wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
How do you feel about us controlling the world through entertainment? Because that's really where we make our money. Like right now, if you look at it, you know, we let a lot of our steel go and things like that. And the way we make a lot of our money and the way a lot of other countries pay us right now is really for our entertainment, our movies, our music, stuff like that. So we kind of control the world through entertainment right now.
I agree with you, but there's always been something that stood out in my mind is that there are a lot of English actors and actresses.
Yeah, coming here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Canadians.
Per se, for every American actor, there is one Canadian actor and one English actor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not like we run the monopoly on actors as Americans.
Actors, no. No, I don't think they particularly care about that, but at studios and who's releasing and where the money's mainly going, yeah, we control that.
Well, there's
you know what that also allows us to control, which people don't realize, is perception. It allows us to control the perception of how people and other things look. Right? So it's also a form of mind control. You can't say it's not, because like TV has always been kind of a form of fucking mind control to a point.
Well, yeah, the quintessential kid growing up, even especially now, is like Bart Simpson.
Oh, dude. Well, that's because a lot of these kids watch YouTube, and that's not regulated in any way, shape, or form. And it has these weird motherfuckers. We've talked about this before. It has these weird motherfuckers. No, because I don't try to say our shit's for kids. Okay, we're explicit all the fucking way, and I ain't trying to make money off of fucking children, right? I think that should 100% be illegal. I think Disney as a fucking group that just focuses towards children is some bullshit, right? If cigarette companies can't fucking do it, you shouldn't be allowed to fucking do it. Period. Unless it's something educational or something of that matter. But then even in that sense, we need to watch it because every step of that is going to change the way your child thinks and views stuff. I mean, when you look at that YouTube and it's just some dude who's like 21 years old playing some fucking bullshit video game for goddamn 6 to 7 year olds, there's something fucked up there. And then you're selling shit to them? Like, what the fuck is that?
So you must hate Blue's Clues and the Wiggles.
Oh, well, yeah. Dude, they're fucking weird to me. Always have been. The fucking Wiggles, especially when they came out with the clap song. Have you ever heard that? The song that goes, we got the clap. And we're giving it to you. We got the clap. You ever heard that? They got censored for it.
I thought that was Get Him to the Greek.
No, that was the Wiggles. And they, like, it got taken off air. Dude, like, I understand some of it to, like, try to spread some mind and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like, especially YouTube, when it comes to just these kids playing games and bullshit and just selling their products directly to fucking children, or half these goddamn commercials with a toy that's set up in this awesome fucking studio with mountains and shit that you can never find in fucking real life, and the truck's blowing through some fucking wall with all this extra bullshit. That should be illegal. Like, if you're gonna show a toy, show the fucking toy. Not some bullshit extra to get this kid fucking wrapped up and then give parents some bullshit time to go buy some plastic.
Let me go back to one of your thoughts about Disney.
Yeah.
Disney does not make movies for you.
No, they make them for children.
They do not make them for your grandparents. They do not make them for your kids. They do not make them for your kids' kids. They make them for your kids' kids' kids. That's how far Disney is thinking ahead.
Yes. I know, dude. I know. And, well, first they just ripped off old wives' tales,
Yeah.
you know? And they kind of still do to this
Lion
point.
King is nothing more than Hamlet.
Yeah. Yeah. Or there was another movie, I forget what it was, but it was a like straight ripoff. It was some Chinese movie with a white lion. Same premise, you know. But I feel that in that way, movies not so much. Maybe now, but especially music. We're gonna get to the point where you almost got to get rid of copyright laws because anything that was gonna be pretty much invented has been or thought of, and like at some point, you are influenced by what you hear. You know, me and you. Every time we made music, it was very punky. I'm pretty sure there were some times you could probably take one of our songs and go, "It kind of sounds like this."
Yeah.
You know, of course, we listen to it all the time. We are influenced by it.
Right.
Fuck, the blues are all written off on one note. All the blues are the same fucking note. Are you gonna say all those are just the same song copywritten?
Well, that's where you go after that.
Right. So, see, I always liked us controlling. Like, I don't mind us making the money we do now, because just working where I work, I deal with a lot of older people, and they want a lot of the steel and stuff back. And I like that we don't do that. One, we're not tearing up our fucking land to get metal. And then you're only going to have so much of that shit. And you're just getting rid of it to other places. Not smart. Let's take everybody else's first before using ours. I'm okay with that. Right? Let them dig up their shit. Like, look at China. China produces the most of anything. They can't breathe their own fucking air.
Yeah.
Do we want that? No. Let them fucking make it and deal with it, fine. If we have to use it, they can make it then.
Well, certain cities, even in the U.S., have
Yeah.
problems with that.
Detroit, I don't know if they have clean water yet. Did Michigan ever get clean water? Flint, did they ever get clean water?
I don't know.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, we can't call ourselves a world power and not have fucking clean water.
Yeah. I mean, Flint is...
Well, I know they're backwards.
The 300th biggest city in the U.S., possibly. And you don't think that, like, China doesn't have drinking water and...
Oh, no. I know that, but we're better than China. Like, China's... Like, that's the point. We're not supposed to look and go, well, China's worse than us, so it's okay that we... No, China's doing its own thing. They're their own thing. We have our own standards. Let's keep ourselves up to a certain standard.
Yeah, but everything is, like I said, or you said, different strokes for different folks. Different countries focus on different things comparatively. We are consistently in the high average of everything.
Yeah. Well,
except we beat incarceration.
Yeah, but a lot of that's also, too, because we're a melting pot.
Yeah.
You know, like, a lot of the reasons why America kind of is great is the fact that we do have different minds and religions and just ways of life all together, where that's one thing that you know, a lot of other places, like, people like to take give me a place that a lot of people like to reference that we should be, like a littler place.
Sweden?
Yeah, thank you. Sweden. Let's take the Swedish, for example. The Swedish are all pretty much blonde hair, blue eyes, believe in the same religion. You know, like, a lot of their population is pretty much similar.
Yeah.
So, like, we can't really take a lot of their rules and use them here to a sense, because we got so much different personalities and things that we have to work around. I think it's good. I think that's why humor started in America. You know, comedy, stand-up comics and stuff started in America. That wasn't an art form before. I think that's a way of us all dealing with this awkwardness or things of not knowing. I think that's a way of, like, a bonding type deal.
There's always been comedies.
No, like, stand-up comedy and stuff like that, straight up an American thing. America made that.
Well, comedy is not a new thing.
No.
Stand-up comedy is just a branch off of comedy.
Yes, and I get it that we really accelerated, and that's where, like, we do that more than anybody.
Yeah.
And we do it differently than everybody. Where, like, okay, some was like silent films. They really weren't questioning things or making fun of one another to a point. It was just kind of like lightly jokes.
Dude, I absolutely hate English comedians.
Some of them are... See, I like that dry humor sometimes.
I hate them all.
There's this one that I watched. You would really like it. They invite a bunch of comedians on a show, and then they do math. It's hilarious to see some of them fuck up real bad. It's hilarious. Or the one's called The Game Master, right? And it's a bunch of comedians again, and just one dude who's the game master, the DM basically. And he just gives them tasks to do, and they film it. And it's the dumbest tasks, and it's basically not the brightest of people trying to do these tasks. Hilarious. It's fucking golden. I was like, we need to do this shit in the States.
So, to wrap up our feelings about this whole episode, and I believe that I fully have your blessing to tell everybody this. If I don't, fuck you, CJ, I'm going to say it anyways. Different folks, different strokes. Essentially, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
If it's not important now, it might be important later on.
Probably.
Like the space program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I probably will. Like, dude, I know I'm not the smartest man. I'm fucking wrong on things. I just, basically what you said, I particularly don't care about space that much. Therefore, I just don't see the importance of it. End of story, you know?
Right?
No different than some people who are, like, I like psychology a little bit more, the human mind. So some people aren't into that. It's okay. Like you said, we all have our different purposes.
Right.
But we're allowed to bitch about it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. People need to understand your feelings kind of come second because people need a release valve, especially when they don't understand something. It's just nature, man. If we can't sit here and have this conversation where we can kind of yell at each other a little bit or kind of get heated without storming off, because when you're passionate about something, that happens.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to happen when you talk about anything passionate. The point is to try to understand where that person's coming from. I think no less of you. Honestly, you know me. I still think you're 100% smarter than I am. I'm not dumb on that fact. But there's just certain things that is fun to talk about and look at different views or try to understand a different view. And sometimes it's fun to argue just to question yourself.
Yeah, but where this hurts is it sucks that my best friend doesn't understand or isn't intrigued by my focus.
Yeah, but your best friends aren't always in favor of your number one focus. You know what? Like, I'm not stopping you from doing it, and I encourage you to go do it. You know what I mean? If there was something who pushed you to go to Chicago when you were about to get a job, I didn't say, hey, don't do that. You know, I still want you to go live your dream. But it's no different than you're not as into psychology as I am. You know, there's lots of times where I like to have deeper conversations sometimes, and you like jokier ones. Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what makes you friends. Yeah. See, to me, I don't want a best friend that's me. I hate me. You ever meet anyone like you? I fucking hate people like that, right? Maybe it's because I hate certain parts of myself or something.
Is that why Jared and I didn't get along in high school? Because we're this.
Yeah, you guys are kind of pretty similar. Yeah. That's, you know, I've said that before. Sure, you're different in ways. Don't get me wrong. You're not the same motherfucker, but I hope you're not fucking the same mother. But
we did double team her last week.
Oh, we did. That was a great episode, by the way. If you want to hear a woman cut down our confidence.
Again and again and again.
She chopped us down like a cherry tree. But yeah, I mean, I brought this up. Well, yeah, we're getting into it, so I'll hurry this up. But I brought this up before we started basically the golden circle is what they call it. The reason why I said, like, iPhone it was better at advertising and doing certain things is because they focused more on their why. They didn't focus on telling you what their products did, right? They focused more on their why and their belief, which then brought more people to them. And like this podcast, the whole reason I wanted to start it was because my why, I think all this conversation is important to have. The stupid, the deep, the silly,
yeah, but
or whatever.
your prime example of like Apple.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of the biggest things that Apple ever did, which led into some of the other things, was the iPod.
Yeah.
And during the conference where they first introduced the iPod, the idea was you can have, with this device, thousands of songs in your pocket.
And I get that, but that wasn't like they sold
that
their.
That is specifically what this thing can do.
I understand that, but they sold the idea of buy our technology because we believe in stretching what technology can do. Right? They were the first ones to come out with an iPod or something like that to actually store a bunch of music. Sure, other people came out right afterwards, right? Microsoft, all of them came out with something right afterwards. But there's a reason why that didn't work over the fucking iPod. Because the iPod really didn't do anything else that the Zoom or some shit didn't do, right? They all pretty much did the same basic functions. So you got to ask yourself, if all the products do the same thing, why was this one picked? And it's because of their belief system that they always pushed. You remember their commercials? Their commercials didn't really talk about what the product can do. Talked about them like their own little, like the ones them throwing something through the fucking screen. Remember? It's like everybody.
The hammer?
Yeah, because they're breaking tradition. That was their why. We want to do this. Why? Because we believe we can break the technology. We can bring this new technology. And that's what people fell for. Then eventually when they came out with their other stuff, they advertised it, but people were already buying it. They were already going to buy it if they did that or not because of the belief. People followed the belief. And that's why iPhone now is so dominant. I mean, seriously, pretty soon, I doubt there's going to be any Androids. I really do. Like,
Courtney touched on this last week.
She did. Like, dude, iPhone is really, like, just Apple's really taking over in that sense. And when you see, they really built a great brand idea. All the way to their fucking boxes. Like we said it before, fucking unwrapping anything from Apple, awesome. Super fucking awesome. Because it's all that belief. They're building that whole why into the whole product, you know?
Now, let me tell you, going back to the very beginning of the episode, I said that I was going through the basement and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I found my iPhone 4 case.
Damn.
I gotta tell you that the joy that I had opening that iPhone 4 case, even knowing that there's not an iPhone in it anymore, is still the same amount of joy that I had when I did open it up.
Dude.
I found Apple stickers and I was like, fuck yeah!
Right? Because you love the brand, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what, they could come out with something new. They don't even have to tell you what it does. But you love the brand and you'd probably try it.
Yeah.
That's their why. That's the why that gets you.
I bought an Apple TV.
Yeah.
Not even really knowing what it did. Because
you know that they like to stretch, like push technology.
And now that I have one, I know the entire ins and outs of it, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're one of the percentage that they love. So there's not many percentage like you. The ones who are waiting for the new technology, want the new technology, and like to have it now before others and things like that. Like, that's about 10%, maybe, if you're lucky. Like, that's real high, 10%.
Yeah.
Then you have your regular people that catch on a couple months or years later when the product's a little cheaper, then they catch on. Then you have your strugglers that, like, the real old people that would never fucking move on unless they have to. You know, those are your kind of three, like me. I didn't move on until my LG fucking literally pooped out.
Yeah.
Right? And talking about this, when I went and got my new phone, they had it and they brought it out from the back and they were trying to get it ready for me and they went to open the box. And I was like, no. I was like, let me open the box. And they looked at me and I was like, this is the best part about an Apple product right here is fucking opening the box. I was like, it is just the presentation, man. Just the way you feel, the way they make you feel opening the box.
Oh, yeah.
It makes it feel like you're getting something great, you know?
I guess I am part of that thing now. When I went to go get my last batch of Apple products, I got a watch and AirPods and things like that. And I walked in and they're like, hey, can I help you? You know, we have this. And I was like, I want this band, this size, this model. Well, you know, this one's a little cheaper if it blah, blah, blah. You're not... No, I want this, and this. and I want these AirPods. I want this exact brand. I want this exact size. I want this exact type, this model, and I want a case with this. Well, this case is a little cheaper if you're looking for that. It's essentially this. I want this case. I already did my research. I know what I want when I walked in here.
That like me shopping for a car. You know, when I go shop for a car or whatever vehicle, I already know what I'm going to buy. I don't need I need a salesman to finalize the fucking deal. You know? Like, that's all I need it for.
Let me go talk to the finance manager.
Right. I know what I want. I'll go talk to the finance manager. Just fill out my fucking paper here. You know? Here's my info. Fill out the fucking paper for me. But, so, like, the why is important. I guess at the end of the day, we'll wrap it up here because we've been talking for an hour 30. This is about our time limit. So, at the end of the day, whys are important. Why is probably the most important thing. If you don't know why you're doing something, or if, when you really look down into it, your why is not that strong, you're not going to care about the thing, and people aren't going to believe or follow it at the end of the day. You know?
Like, why did they make flaming hot Mountain Dew?
You know what really pisses... Okay. The first couple of seconds of that Mountain Dew is fucking amazing. Have you sipped it? You need to try a sip because the first sip, amazing. Then the heat kicks in, you're like, well, fuck this. But it's like, man, I wish you just didn't have the heat a part of this, and I would drink the whole fucking bottle. I would buy this into cases. Like, seriously, it tastes pretty good. It tastes like Code Red, like a different type of Code Red.
Oh.
Then it gets real spicy.
Ooh.
Yeah, that part, I said the same thing. But yeah, the whys are important in life. Like, why do you wake up in the morning? You know, why do you wake up in the morning, Drew?
To pee.
Okay. To pee.
Because my body wakes me up and says, "Hey, you need to go pee."
And so you just go pee. That's like, if I didn't have to go pee, I would never wake up in life.
There's been days.
Yeah. You know, I said because I'm alive. You know, that was my answer. I said because I'm alive. That's why I wake up. I got
shit to do, money to make, things to buy, friends to impress.
Yeah, and that's why you wake up. But mine, I said it because I'm alive, and my philosophy is if I'm alive, might as well do stuff. Right? If I woke up and I'm alive, I might as well go out and do things. And if I'm going to do things, I might as well do them right. So you don't have to do them over again or get in trouble, because that's a bitch.
Yeah, but do what you want, or do the things that you have to do to be able to do what you want.
Yes. But also, if you're going to do what you want, you got to accept the consequences. I hate people like that. Don't do what you want, and then when the consequences come, cry and bitch.
Don't stay in bed for days on end, because you're going to get sores.
Right, and when that sore comes, I don't want to hear you bitch, because you laid in the same spot for days.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, stop waiting on heroes. Be your own. Drew?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's about that time. You ready to plug, bud?
It's about damn time. We're on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, and Google Podcasts at the Lunch Table PBJ.
Lunch Table PBJ.
We're also on Facebook and our fan page, The Munchies, at the Lunch Table PBJ. We're on Twitter at Lunch Table PBJ. That one's a little fun one.
Yeah. They didn't like the.
We're on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram at the Lunch Table PBJ.
The Lunch Table.
And lastly, we're on Patreon at the Lunch Table PBJ. If you want to be that person that gives a little bit extra,
like
let us know you care.
Nick
Jones. That's how you do
it. That's it. And we appreciate whatever you can do. I mean, we're not really focused on the money right now, man. I mean, you guys, if you feel like you have to donate, I ain't gonna stop you. But really, we just want to hear discussions. Like I said at the beginning, we do have an ear for your opinions. We want to hear them. We want to hear what you got to say. I don't care what you have to say. Just say it, man. Like I said, I think every conversation is important, no matter how useless it actually seems. I think it's all important.
Right.
This is probably one of the most serious podcasts we've done. Usually we're a little bit more jokey. We're still kind of jokey through this. I don't think you'll ever get a real fucking serious version of us. It's just not who we are. It's what we do with tension. We just fuck around with it. But, yeah. This has been pretty fun, man. So, Drew, thanks for stopping. It's always fun to have you here. Guys, go listen to a bunch of our other episodes. We have tons. We got, we already talked about this. We have a chip challenge coming up and a couple other things. We're going to have a bachelor party, so pretty soon here we'll probably have some good stories. So thanks for stopping, guys. It's always fun around here. Yeah. Peace.
See ya.